Hi everyone, welcome back here to Faith Mission North Irish District. It's great to have you joining with us once again. This marks the first of our devotional videos on a Tuesday. Just a short few minutes just to encourage you for your day and hopefully challenge you in some way in your walk with the Lord as well. I wonder in life, do you get asked many questions? I'm sure we do. We get asked questions every day, perhaps from a spouse, a son and daughter, brother or sister, and I'm sure we each ask questions as well. Perhaps it's a child asking for the last biscuit out of a packet, or maybe you're trying to solve a maths equation, you're asking somebody else for help in that way. We see requests and questions all around us in life. And very often, our response to a question may very well depend on who it is that is asking. I want just to share with you one verse today as you go for the rest of your day. It's found in the Gospel of Luke in the New Testament, Luke chapter 5 and verse 5. We read these words, "Master, we toiled all night and took nothing, but at your word I will let down the nets." Here we see Simon Peter speaking after Jesus had made a request for him to lay down the nets. During this passage in the Bible, Jesus was calling his disciples, and now he is interacting with Simon Peter, the fisher. Peter had been out all night without catching a single thing. He had nothing to show for all his hard work. Simply nothing was going his way, and perhaps we can have that thought in many areas of our life, whether it is in our jobs, our academic studies, or even around the house doing different things, that for all our hard work, there is simply nothing to show for all the work that we have put in. And Peter would have thought that if Jesus wanted him to lay down the nets again, that it wouldn't be the easiest route to success, as fishing at night is the best way to catch fish, but they hadn't caught a single thing. By the time that Jesus had made this request to Peter, the boat was moored, the nets had been cleaned, everything was packed up, ready to go. They were ready to call it quits and just come back another day when they thought they would have better opportunities to catch fish. So with this in mind, it's quite easy for us to be of the mind that Peter would make many excuses to the Lord Jesus here on why it would be a waste to go back out and try and catch some fish, of just brushing this request aside. What could he have said? He could have said, "I'm tired, I'm done out, I just want to go home. I know a lot more about fishing than some carpenter. You might know about some religious things, but I am a fisher. You're not a fisherman. You don't know as much as you think you do." But this is where it's important for us to realize who was asking the question. That it was the Lord Jesus asking Peter here. Before this interaction, Jesus had been teaching on Simon Peter's boat while Peter was cleaning his nets. I'm sure Simon Peter was listening in to what Jesus was teaching as well. So when Jesus asked Peter to put out into deep water once again, to cast his nets once more, Peter made not one single excuse, because he realized that it was Jesus asking the question. Peter simply said, "But at your word, I will let down the nets." So here he displayed that he had faith. He had trust in the words of Jesus. There was no shadow of a doubt in his intentions or in his words here. So then, what does this say to us today? Well, what does Jesus ask of you today? What is Jesus asking you today? And what is your response to him? Very often in life, we'll feel that we have worked tirelessly, day after day, night after night, week after week, and month after month, without catching a single thing, like Peter here. That for all the hard work and effort we put in, we have nothing to show for it. That even with all of the effort that we put in, we still struggle with the same problems. We still face the same sins and still deal with the same temptations. Perhaps your children, whatever age they are, they still worry you on perhaps the way they act, of maybe they're not walking with the Lord as they should be. Maybe you've been praying for an unsaved friend or family member for years upon years now, and they're still not saved. Or maybe you've been thinking and praying of individuals in your church family who are simply not growing in their walk with the Lord. There's many things that weigh on our minds at these times. And if this is the boat that you find yourself in today, I want to urge you and both encourage you at the same time to persevere, to have perseverance in these days and keep putting out your nets, just as Peter did here in Luke 5 and verse 5. After all, this is what Jesus has asked us to do. So, will you persevere today? Will you keep praying? Will you keep serving the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords in whatever form or shape that may take, or whatever he asks of you? What will your response be? Will it be with a willing heart? Will it be with a reluctant heart? Whatever the Lord asks of you today, you need to be willing and really have the same heart of those words that Peter used. But at your word, I will let down the nets. Thank you.